We've got some different types of studs. Here, you guys. All right. This is quite possibly the last video trader haul I will ever make in my entire life on this planet. Yeah. So here's the thing, you guys. I go in there, right? And it's just as much a mess as usual. And I tell them, hey, I got a list of the different games that we forgot the price or whatever from last time. And what's up, for retro's sake? How's it going, Bob? Welcome aboard the stream, dude. But yeah, this is kind of a somber video, because Video Trader is quite possibly closing permanently and never coming back. So it's a little bit farewell possibly. Yeah, dude, it sucks, man. Um, but what are you gonna do? I've been going there for 20 years, and he's back 2 months on rent, and the place is just a mess, and his landlord knows it, and he wants him out, and he says, whatever's left after a week, he's throwing away. So I don't know who his landlord is, but we need to figure that out and message him, and whatever's left over that he's throwing out, I want to take in the back of my car. Okay. But anyway, on a lighter note, this is gonna even out the whole trade situation. That controller is kind of rough, dude. But anyway, yeah, so I got a power pad, right? So that's pretty dope. I got that. And some Nintendo games. Not a lot this time. I mean, there really wasn't a whole lot there that I didn't already have to begin with. What's the store name again? It's called Video Trader. They've been open since, I don't know, 2003 or something like that. I've been going there since 2006. And it's really sad, dude. It's like my favorite game store when I was a kid, bro. So I'm gonna try to hold back tears as I make this live. But anyway, I did get some pretty cool grungy controllers, dude. So we got that. We got those to clean. We've got a NES Advantage as well. It's pretty dang dirtied up. Oh yeah. This will be one I won't feel uncomfortable with battering around and like playing and like abusing a little bit. And the B button sticks, so that means we can cheat at Zelda 2 with this thing. So that'll be good. We could take this apart and figure out what's going on the inside, dude. Yeah, this is going to be an abuser unit. And also, I'm actually going to clean it up and treat her nice. I might give her a name too as well. But this one's been heavily used. You can tell by the worn corner right here and the scratch from where somebody got mad at their game, pulled out their pocket knife and just gouged it real nice. So that's a good sign that it's been well used. Okay, it's been well loved. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and revive it from the grave, dude. Ryan Gunn says, hi, what's up, Bo? What is up? See, I got this power pad here, but I don't have any power pad games. Can anybody recommend me a good power pad game? Which one is the best one, dude? I also got this Famicom game console, which some of you are going to say, why did you buy that? Well, I have a reason, dude. And that reason is I'm trying to figure out a way to capture NES footage without, what the fuck? Without any sort of, jittering in the image. So yeah, this is just a little throwaway unit that I'm gonna test out just as like an experiment, because that's what I'm doing for my next video. I'm doing a little experiment on that, And I know I promised Larry the Batman fan that we were doing a recommendations video, and we're going to get to that, okay? I've been trying to figure out what to do in order to capture footage for that video, because ever since the dawning age of this channel, we've been recording straight off the tube screen, dude. And, you know, that's perfectly fine and all, but, you know, we can literally direct capture anything except for Nintendo. So that's our next pass. Nuestro siguiente paso en nuestra aventura de la vida. You guys. Chris7812 says, I stay shitting worms, man. What the fuck? Dude, me too. I love shitting, Bo. It's always a relief. Everybody needs that comic side for that relief as well. So be sure you put that in there, dude. Everybody likes potty humor. Who here does not like potty humor? All right. If anybody does not, go ahead and sign off right now. Don Beltran. I like the last name. That's really cool. What games you got? I got, dude, Super Mario World. That one guy that was like, hey, bro, you need to play Super Mario and Super Nintendo games. I'm like, bro, if I had Super Mario, I'd play some Super Nintendo. And that's what we're getting into, dude. We got Super Mario World. We got Little Nemo Dream Master. We got Yoshi's Cookie. I might leave this one fucked up just in, like, for the sake of Video Trader. In their spirit, can we leave one game dirty and, like, frame it maybe? Because that's, like, the most characteristic part of that store. Now that they're closing down, I'm never gonna be able to find another video game store with grungier games, dude. Never in my whole life, I don't think. So we got Xevious right here as well. We've got Road Blasters. We've got To the Earth. Man, this is, well, I was gonna say it's a really good copy, but the corner of the label is pulled up. Anyway, we got that game. We got freaking The Legend of Zelda, dude. That's a good one. Mission Impossible, and Back to the Future. This is a game I want to beat one of these days, Bo, because it really sucks. And I like torturing myself. That's literally what I'm saying right now, dude. I gotta answer these comments, bro. Ice Cube, what's up, buddy? Sick NES DDR pad. Dude, this is gonna be the best. All right, or else. Chris7812 says, LOL. Yes, dude, I agree with that statement. Ice Cube says, potty humor? That sounds like a bunch of shit. You always know how to get me, Ice Cube, man, ball. Don Beltran says, for real. Dude, that last name is a banger. I really like that. Calcium says, nice shirt. Oh, yeah, dude, I appreciate that. Yeah, I always thought it was kind of interesting how back in the day you could only get Misfits albums if you were part of the Fiend Club, you know, which basically you just got to like subscribe to their values and conform in order to be a non-conformist sort of deal, which is totally not hypocritical at all. But anyway, I do like the Misfits. I think their music is very pumpy uppy, dude. And I enjoy it very much so. Anybody else? Anybody at all? Yeah, dude, I like Misfits. I like Grievous Bodily Harm. I like all that kind of shit. And Video Trader is the place that got me into all that in the first place. And now they're closing down, dude. And they always used to have the freaking punk rock jams blasting through there. And it was great. And I'm just going to have to hold back tears this whole freaking live, apparently. Ice Cube says, your favorite albums from the Misfits are the ones where Jerry Only is the lead singer. Yes, decide that for me, and I will agree, indeed. But yeah, Jerry Only. Nothing else. Don't add anything else onto his name, okay? That'd be against the law. We're going to prosecute you in a court of law. All right, hey, this little mark on this controller may or may not be coming off. Even though these are like the dingiest looking freaking controllers I could ever find. I was just like looking around the store because I'm like, man, if I don't get this trade even this time, I'm going to be screwed royally. And I was just looking around like, what can I get? Because like you didn't have that many Nintendo games that I wanted that I didn't already have, you know. So I just like looking around, like trying to find stuff. Uh, Ice Cube says, you know, the story about Danzig and the onion soup, dude. I never heard of that, but I would assume it's a great one. Why don't you do us the honors, Bo? Ice Cube says, dude, that controller is yellow like a homeless dude's teeth, dude. Have you tried the NES controller test instead of the fucking tissue test? I'd even fail that fucking test. I don't know what it is, dude. I brush my teeth twice a day, but they're still fucked up somehow. Anyway, yeah, dude, at least I can tell based on that I need some freaking whitening, dude. Anyway, yeah, I mean, that's not even the dingiest looking one. You can like compare and contrast the side to the back. I mean, that it's even like outdoing its own self somehow. But yeah, these controllers need some help. And I'm here to help them, bye. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna test these controllers and see if they work in junk. Yeah, basically just run my own video trader. That's the craziest thing, bro, because while I was there, Brian actually asked me if I wanted to buy the store, basically, because like he's like at his last straw. And I was like, man, dude, Bo, the only way I'd be able to do that is if I sold my car, and then I'd have like $20,000. He's like, excuse me. He's like, yeah, that'd probably do it, but there's more than $20,000 worth of merchandise in here. I'm like, yeah, well, bro, imagine if I actually did that and like paid him the 20,000 and like bought the whole company outright. He'd be like, okay, so there's more worth in this place than 20 grand. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out. He's going to take out the Nintendo TV. He's going to take the test market complete in box NESs. All right. And leave me with all the DVDs and trash. Could you imagine, Bo? Um, Ice Cube says, so Danzig wanted onion soup before he went out on stage and refused. So the bassist of the previous band told him to get his ass out on stage. Danzig got into a fist fight with the bassist. That's crazy, bro. I'm not going out there without my dang blasted onion soup or else. So yeah, that's how it's supposed to work. If you don't get your onion soup or your bacon, if you're Murray. If your name's Murray, then you need to get your bacon. All right, there's an obscure reference for you, Ice Cube. You know which one that is? What's the name of that song? Can I even think of it? Oh yeah, I can think of it. All right, now you guys have to think of it, and I'll confirm or deny. Dude, fist fights are the best. I'm gonna need some ventilation in here, dude. This freaking, like, I'm just breathing it all in. That should do it, hopefully. Yeah, like the combination of the alcohol fumes and just like the absolute sheer filth that these games came from, apparently. Not a big fan. But it'll be alright. I'll get it figured out. I get my life together, you guys. Alright. But yeah, imagine just games like 1 foot thick across the whole surface of the floor and having to step over like, I don't know, twin Famicoms and what else? Like Atari XE tape decks and just like PS3s. Everything's on the floor, dude. It doesn't matter what it is. It's all getting stepped on. Or else. Okay, at least I've got my original video trader brick. I've got that signed. So, yeah, as if I should like actually hold them up to the standard of a role model, which probably wouldn't be the best idea. This actually might not turn out too bad. It's coming clean a little bit, dude. It's actually not terrible. You see, my goal in getting all these, I'm hoping maybe one of them will work really well. Okay? And see, what I'll do is, I'll go through and I'll try one of them and I'll stream with one of them, be like, okay, I like to feel this. And then later on, I realize the jump button doesn't work like it should every once in a while. And then I'll put it in my shitty controller pile and I'll go to the next one, dude. All right? I gotta have plenty of excuses. That's what this is gonna afford me, is plenty of times of saying, damn controller, dude. It's definitely not my fault I suck at games. It's definitely that freaking grungy controller I got at dang Video Trader, Bo. So I got plenty of stuff to blame that on now, and scapegoat and all that kind of stuff. So what do you guys blame your shitty gaming on? What's up, Larry the Batman fan? Welcome aboard. He says, why do you think older games are better than the newer games? In your own words. Older games are better than newer games. Okay. This is a very good question, Larry. I'm glad you posed it to me, sir. Let me think about that. Yeah, new games just like don't really have any soul to me. Cause it's like every generation, a new generation comes out. What's up, Joanne? And it's like, nothing's new. Like, this is just as good as the last generation was, and now they're cutting off physical media. You might as well lop off my dick at that point. I'm out. Joe says, hey, how did it go? It went great and really shitty at the same time. I went into the store and I'm getting kind of choked up here now. Brian said that he's behind 2 months on rent. The landlord came in, saw the mess, and said he's got to leave in a week and take all of his stuff with him, and whatever's left, the landlord's coming in and throwing out. So, no more Video Trader, dude. Rest in peace, Video Trader. All right, it's been freaking legit for the last 20 years, dude. So, yeah, it's going to be rough not having Video Trader around to go to and wait 2 hours to be able to go inside. So yeah, I mean, what other freaking event could you even imagine people would wait 2 hours to go in, except for like, I don't know, buying the Nintendo for the first time, even though they didn't like have block parties like they did later on, like for the PS2 and stuff like that. But I mean, still, any of you guys who came to the stream earlier saw all the people who were still coming in, trying to see if they're still open, having faith in physical media and the brick and mortar stores, but to no avail, because Brian doesn't know how to pick up after himself, apparently. My vision sucks. Don Beltran says, or buying Pokemon cards. Yeah, he doesn't really sell Pokemon cards, but I get what you mean. Like, a lot of video game stores are selling Pokemon cards now because it's kind of like another niche that's great to get into. Larry says, you partially answered that question. What's your opinion on the older games? My opinion on the older games is that in between the generations, there's generational changes. They have their own personalities, their own feelings. The new consoles are just a PC on wheels, basically. So it's like, dude, might as well just like play the old stuff, you know? But I like the uniqueness of the sound chips, and especially when they're not all sampled to shit like the Super Nintendo, because it's like, I don't even know like the mechanical architecture of the chip itself, but like, I don't like it. Anyway, they say it's higher tech or whatever, but I don't like it. Joe says most recent was a wait for the NES Mini official. Was it? Was that a thing? I don't know. I'm not in the loop. Larry the Batman fan says you have a point there, you know. I didn't jump on the bandwagon and buy a Nintendo Switch 2 because I heard that some of the games are locked. They require some key thingy just to play the game and win. Other games, they give you a case and a code on a piece of paper, but they give you no cartridge. Dude, I know that's what sucks because it's like everybody wants physical games. Like these new kids coming in who don't. It's just because they haven't gotten spanked enough. You know that, right? Like, we need to like reinstate, you know, actually disciplining our children for once. Is that too much to ask? Anyway, who am I to say how to discipline anybody's kids? I've never had one, so just keep that in mind. But I discipline the dog. Does that count for anything? Ice Cube says the NES Mini was basically an emulator machine, and people figured out how to crack that thing immediately and put their own games on it right away. Dude, that's what's up. That's what's going on. I'm not saying that's what's up to say that's good. I'm saying that's what's going on because it's fucked up. And I mean, to each their own, but like it's still fucked up at the same time. So I can't help but like promote my own opinions and be my own person, even though people are gonna hate on me for it. It's just like, bro, I get it. The technology's old and it's like breaking down sometimes. The save batteries are corroding and like ruining the games. But like, we all need to jump on that bandwagon and be like total nerds and figure out how to fix the stuff and keep it going, dude. Because like, if not, who is? Right? Ice Cube says the only game console I bought of that miniseries was the Turbo Mini just because I love that thing. Dude, I feel like that would be the one I would go for if I had to buy one. Larry says, yeah, so many YouTubers bought Nintendo Switch 2 and didn't want to buy it because of that problem. Plus, I heard if you try downloading games without Nintendo permission on Nintendo Switch 2, your Nintendo Switch ends up not working. They have some sort of way to lock your systems and you can't play shit. Dude, that's fucked up. You know? It's fucked up. People are doing that. And they really just need to give in and just like buy everything and also arrest everybody, and we need to incarcerate the entire planet, and everybody needs to be free and anarchize everything. And if I keep going down this rabbit hole, I'm just gonna make less and less sense the further I go down, dude. So can somebody hand me a rope or anything, not to hang myself with, just to climb back out? All right, so let's just get that straight right off the get-go. Yeah, dude, it was fucked up because Brian, like, the owner of the video store that's shutting down currently, he was like really upset, you know. And I don't blame him, dude. And it's really fucked up. I don't really want to go into too much detail because like I want to respect the guy's privacy, even though like I've already talked a lot about it. I just don't want to get into that specifically. It's just I feel bad for him, dude. Anyway, Joe says there used to be chipsets that allowed to legally copy your purchased games and back them up forever. Dude, we need to change the laws and like turn us into Japan specifically. Okay? No video game rentals. Okay? We need to re-release the Famicom Disk System for the PS5 and also the Xbox One. Okay? We need to all jam and cram our discs in there, dude. With a K. The only good kind. All right, let's see who else. Larry says, it is, man. That's why PS5 is my last system. Dude, I almost said it. PS5 sucks, but that's how I really feel, dude, because I just sold mine, and I need to, like, personally congratulate myself for doing that, even though it's only non-confrontational. And it's only because of the fact that, like, if I regretted it, then I'd be all down in the dumps and, like, want it back. But I know I can't have it. And that's perfectly fine with me, dude. Because I'm living in 1989, and nobody can ever tell me any different. Unless I'm playing Street Fighter 2. Because that came out after the fact. Anyway, Larry says, that's why you chose the older games over the new ones, huh? What musical genre do you feel fell off? For me, it's rap. Punk rock. And also... yes. Joe says, I would still get a Nintendo Switch 1. Yeah, Switch 1 ain't bad. I mean, it's cartridge media, so that passes that check mark, you know, dude. So that's one thing off the list anyway. I feel like I've overdone this controller. It's plenty clean for now. It's at least the controller itself. Like if I wanted to open it up and like clean around the crack and the cocaine as well, I feel like I could do that. But for now, literally just the cable, because the cable is frickin' frick-fracked, dude. What's up, Just here? How you doing, dude? Modern gaming kind of sucks. I found myself going back to my childhood games, even playing games I never even played. Dude, that's what's up. Because, like, I've been playing a whole bunch of Nintendo games I never played as a kid. And it's like, it just brings you back, dude. Brings you back to those days. Larry says, honestly feel like the last great Nintendo console was the GameCube. Dude, honestly, yeah. I mean, the Wii was alright. It was new and junk. But, like, the graphics kind of sucked comparatively. But some of the Wiis did have a GameCube in it. So, technically, it's still within the range. Ice Cube says, my last console, and I didn't even pay for it, was the Xbox One. And that's because they were clearing out my old job. And it was there, and I took it before we shut down for COVID. Bro, your work had an Xbox One in it? That's crazy, bro. That reminds me when I worked at Carvana. It's like a big corporation and junk. And holy crap, this cable is dirty. You guys see this shit? What the fuck? How did I even pass that as passable? Anyway, at Carvana, they had like a freaking arcade in the break room. They had like a basketball hoop game and ping pong table and I don't know what else. It was freaking weird. And I never got it. I was like a real big stickler for working hard until we all got laid off. And then I was like, fuck the system, okay? My boss can suck my dick and all this other stuff. And that didn't get me very far. So I had to basically revert back to my old style of just like sucking it up. Pretty much. Joe says the GameCube had a port for Game Boy Advance games. If you got the Game Boy player, yes, it did, indeed. I was called you GameCube, Ice Cube. That's my bad. Yeah, I used to work in tech. I was a software engineer. Worked on a bunch of video games, actually. Bro, really? That is insane. That's like almost kind of what I'm getting into. Holy fuck! Did somebody take a shit and wipe their ass with this thing? Look at that. Good grief. Somebody dig this out of somebody's grave? Yeah, dude, that's kind of what I'm getting into. And you were like a body guy, like a what do you call that? Not an aerospace technician, but you know what you were. I might as well not put you on like full display, like with your whole life story and that. But yeah, that's cool. Like we both done body work and we both like are going into tech, or I'm going into tech. You were already there. Anyway, Ice Cube says, "Yep, I worked on the NBA 2K games, Lego Drive, and the Quarry." That's what's up. Did you work on the first NBA 2K game for like Dreamcast? That'd be pretty legit. Or wait, no. Did NBA 2K come out for Dreamcast? I'm pretty sure it did. Because I think that was one of the games I had. One of the few ones. Because I was like, I had pocket change for funds for games back then, dude. And I was always buying like the dollar bin ones. Joy says, is that new Hall stuff that you were cleaning OO owned before? Yes. Ice Cube says, nope. The first I touched was 2K21. Yeah, the first console it released on was Dreamcast. Bro, for real? I must have had like the first... No, I should legitimately answer Joe's... I'll get back to Joe's comment here in a second. But yeah, that's crazy, bro. Like, I never knew that. That's bro. The Dreamcast has changed our lives in ways nobody could have ever guessed. Is that new Hall stuff? I want to like try to understand this comment better. Is that new Hall stuff that you are cleaning owned before. Yeah, it's used if that's what you're asking, but I don't know what you mean there, Bob. Would you please clarify? And thanks. I want to rewrap this controller and see if it's less dirty now. That's the only way to find out. A 1, a 2, a 3. It's pretty fucked up. We'll get back to it eventually. But it's clean enough to like not get AIDS now, so that's close enough for today. Anyway, let's go on to the next one, Bo. Holy junk. This thing is interesting to say the least. I need to get out the buffing sauce for this one, dude. You guys see that? That's pretty intense grindage right there, dude. Joe M says, okay, I want to reread your comment now. Is that new haul stuff that you are cleaning or owned before? Oh yeah. I just got all this stuff today at the video store. I got the power pad, the Yobo, the controllers, the arcade stick, all the games, all these games anyway. But yeah, all this is from today. I wouldn't leave this just sit around like this and being this dirty just for the F of it. But yeah, once we get some of this stuff cleaned and tested, I'll have a nice little backlog of NES controllers to choose from when they break down. So that's a good idea. Miley Jones, what's up, Bo? Welcome aboard. The most common way of dealing is by making a decision to take a break from your life too. Dude, everybody listen to that advice. We all need to be able to deal, all right? We need to take a break from our life to deal, okay? So anybody who's not a dealer out there, everybody needs to go out there and buy some and sell it. No, I'm joking. Anyway, yeah, I still have no idea what that meant either. But hello and welcome aboard, and I appreciate the comment. Whether it being making sensical or not, I appreciate it anyways, dude. So we're gonna get on to cleaning this frickin' Mamma Jamma, dude. This is stained out the butthole. You guys see that? Like, how does that even happen? Did somebody just like get bored and hold up a lighter to it and say, hey, we're gonna change the color of this thing now. Look, it's tie-dye. Wow. I don't get it, bro. How do people live like this? Like, they're content with their fingers being sticky all the time. I don't understand. Does anybody out there have sticky fingers at all? Can you please explain? Please. I'll be willing to listen. Just this once. All right? Tell me your side of the story, dude. Is your skin sensitive to soap or something? I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Anyway, who all's in the chat right now, bro? ElectroTat, are you here? We need like some people from England with a U. ENGLUND. Or maybe like South Africa would be cool. Joe M says, I like gaming on the weekends. It's relaxing. Dude, you and me both. All right? You know, it kind of like helps break up the monotony of life in a way. Like, you can pop on and play a Nintendo game for 5 minutes and just like keep doing your work or whatever you want to do. That's what I've been doing because I'm like taking homeschool and shit on the computer. I'm taking shit. Alright, everybody needs to know that. But yeah, like in between classes or something like that, I'll just like pop on and play some Millipede for a little bit, and then after that I'll be like, okay, I'm good, and then I'll just like keep doing schoolwork for the day. Where's my buffing liquid? There it is. Yeah, this is gonna take a while to like buff this thing. So we're just gonna get the big stuff. As my old mentor would say, we're just gonna get the big stuff, you guys. Larry the Batman fan says, hi. Hi, Larry the Batman fan. Welcome aboard the stream. Thanks for joining in, dude. Witch Priest says, I'm too anxious to play. I tricked myself into scrolling instead. Bro, that is the struggle of life. But you know, a wise man came to me and said, you need to stop consuming and start creating. Okay? And that's very good. So that's why I've been doing all these lives and like posting vids and stuff. Not only for that, I mean, it's just part of my motivation, you know? I don't know. Is that lame? I don't think so. But yeah, dude, we're gonna like try to apply some of this compound to the back of this and see if maybe we can polish a turd for once today. You guys. This is pretty nutso crazo, Bo. It's like somebody dug their fingernails into like their front yard and thought it was a bulldozer and then thought it was okay to play some games like directly afterward and just like scratch the fuck out of the bottom of it. I used to be friends with a heroin addict and he'd come over to my house and we play like Xbox 360, and one time I got the controller back and he dug his fucking thumbnail in it really hard and like left a big, like a bunch of big like indentations on there. Like, bro, how high are you to fucking not notice you're doing that? Yeah, I still have that controller too. I remember we used to play Street Fighter 2. He'd bring his bunnies over. He had pet bunnies, and he was so delusional. He was like, hey man, you want to watch my bunnies play Street Fighter 2? I'm like, sure, dude, why not? And then like, I don't know what it was, but like when we were playing one-on-one, every time I'd look over, it looked like the bunny was playing the game. But it was not, obviously. I mean, it must have been him. It was like a bait and switch type of deal for sure. But like, bro, imagine his bunnies actually could play Street Fighter 2. That'd be in-frickin-sane. Let's see here. Larry says the Nintendo Wii had a lot of shovelware. That was the biggest problem with the Wii. Like, I'm not interested in playing The Princess and the Frog or Ninja Bread, man, on my Wii. Dude, I don't blame you there, but there are some good games on Wii. Joe M says that controller needs undiluted degreaser. I would agree with that. It needs like a freaking Brillo pad on a drill or something to that effect. Larry says the Nintendo Wii... Okay, sorry. The Nintendo Wii U, I feel, was almost on the same level as the Nintendo Wii. But the Wii has more games, and they were good compared to the Wii U, because I'm almost done collecting for the Wii U there. There's like only 3 more Wii U games I need. Bro, how many games came out for Wii U? Was like 106? No, 156? Or am I imagining that number? I don't know. I feel like I looked that up at some point and I'm like, huh, I thought they would have released more. But my mind could be like just totally playing tricks on me. Or I could just be dumb. That's also another possibility. But anyway, yeah, you guys let me know. How many Wii U games are there in this cruel, cruel world of not knowing how many Wii U games there are? Larry says, use Lysol or rubbing alcohol, not just water. This is buffing compound here, and then these pads are for like diabetics or like people with allergies and stuff. Like if they're taking a shot, they like sanitize their arm. And this is isopropyl alcohol. It's just like a little prep pad. Larry says, why you never have your girlfriend in a video on YouTube or collab videos with other people? My girlfriend's really shy. Also, she doesn't live here, so that's also the other thing. Joe M says, it's a pain with the new systems that need to connect to internet and need constant updates. Dude, my thoughts exactly. That is fucked up. We need to like update our shit every once in a while. That's crazy. And it's always like 2 hours. thanks a lot. Dude, we need to like revert back to like back when stuff was good and just do it that way from now on. We need to learn when it was time to say, okay, we have reached our peak as a human race. Let's just stop developing new things right now. Is that too much to ask? That should have been like 92. We should have done that before FMV. Like we cut it off at FMV and just stop right there, right before it. Okay, because I don't like FMV at all. Anyway, Joe M says off the grid, offline is a must. Just like build campfires in our kitchens and stuff and cook on that. Exactly, dude. I agree with that last part, especially. Larry says, what did you pick up early when you were out in your car driving around? I never streamed driving, bro. I don't know what you mean, but yesterday I got a DVD recorder that was broken and I paid $100 for it. Congratulations to me, dude. That's my luck for you. Larry says, have you watched any of my pickup videos? They're really good. I'll have to check those out. Larry says, do you have a lot of friends outside of YouTube land? No, not at all. I don't know what it is. It's like anybody I get close with, they end up being like drug addicts or like total weirdos. And I'm like, bro, do I just like attract that kind of people? Like, what's going on? I've been trying to like distance myself from that because I used to be like in that circle. And yeah, I don't want anything to do with it now. So it's like anybody I try to like socialize with, they're always like, oh, also I snort pills in my free time. Oh, wow. Anyway, Joe M says the cutoff is HDMI 1080p. Who needs 4K or 8K or even 12K? We go blinder the older we get. Bro, that's the truest thing. Larry says those controllers must have been around people who smoked cigarettes. That could have changed the color of them from the ashes. Dude, this is why everybody needs to stop underestimating Larry, okay? Larry thinks of the things, dude. Larry can be a smart man sometime, you guys. You just need to apply yourself, Larry, that's all. I appreciate that comment. I did not think of that. They must have held it with their left hand, smoking and then playing. How would that even work, bro? You hold the cigarette like this and then play with you like hold the controller with these two fingers and just, that actually kind of makes sense. You wouldn't want to do it with this hand because like you really need the dexterity for the buttons, I guess. I don't know. I never smoked and played games at the same time. I always like took a break or something, you know? Same with eating, dude. I don't smoke anymore, but when I did, that's what I do. But yeah, same with eating, bro. It's like, I don't get it. Like people eating Cheetos and stuff like that. Like I might eat a bologna sandwich and play some games or something, but like I'm not gonna freaking dig out a bag of chips, you know? Larry says, some people believe video games do nothing for you. Do you believe that? Well, first off, they help with memory, they help with reflexes, and probably some other stuff as well. Joe says you need the cigarette extender, exclusive only in Japan. Bro, we need to get freaking Nurko on here. That's his handle on YouTube. W Nurko. He makes like some really funny videos where like he'll like cosplay different people or like pretend to be them because I don't like that word. And he'll give them like cigarettes that are this long, bro. It's funny, dude. Hand-eye coordination. Yes, smoking does really help with hand-eye coordination and all that kind of stuff. No, I know what you meant. I'm just fucking around. The cigarette extender. Yeah, that's good. Joe says hand-eye. Yes, I read that as well. And thanks for all the likes, you guys. I appreciate those. Y'all are the best, dude. This has got to be like the dirtiest bunch of controllers I've ever bought in my whole life. And how many do I even have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess this counts as a controller as well. But yeah, I thought I had more. they got these, which I don't know why. I guess these are turbo buttons. But yeah, this controller sucks a butthole. Anyway, I literally just got this for making a video, so it's like just for experimentational purposes only. Who all else is out there in YouTube land, you guys? I always wonder, like, which one of my viewers is the one that doesn't comment anything, but has also been watching the longest? Isn't that kind of crazy to think about? Like, some of the people who watch you the most never leave a single comment. Because I know, like, most of the channels I watch, I never leave comments on. Unless it's something, like, really intense, like a GBH music video or something like that. I'm like, why is Punk no longer this dangerous anymore? What happened, dude? And stuff like that. Like, I got to be really amped in order to leave a comment on something. For some reason or another. But yeah, dude. Everybody needs to leave a comment, especially those type of people who don't want to, because I'm going to force you now, officially. Alright? I want to make you all click on a link, and I'm going to get your IP address and make sure you do it. No, I'm just joking, bro. I'm totally joking. It's like every stream I make, I have to like have a disclaimer and be like, okay, this joke was not serious. Nobody call the police. Okay? Yeah, dude, because I'm not going to incriminate myself. I'm past that point now. That means I've done it before, okay? No. That's nothing to be proud of. Yeah, that was really dumb. Anyway, what kind of crimes have you guys committed in your lifetime? What is your least proud moment of your entire life shared to strangers on a platform accessible to the entire world? Witch Priest says, hell yeah, classic Punk. Absolutely, dude. Larry the Batman fan says, they could have peed on the controllers too. You never know. Yeah, that is a good point, dude. Ooh, that's good stuff. No, it really doesn't stink that bad. I'm being exaggeratory. But yeah, that one controller, I wiped the cable and it looked like somebody wiped their ass with it. So we got that on our side. This is going to take a lot longer than I thought. How long have we been streaming and all I've done is clean one controller and a half? Ice Cube says, P controllers, now that's Punk. Yeah, dude, I should have just left them the way they are. That's just the way they are. Really fucking dirty, dude. Alright, we need to leave them like that. I am leaving Yoshi's cookie the way it is because it's past repair. Somebody literally just took a piece of packing tape and wrapped it all the way around the top to keep the label on it. Now, how freaking dumb is that? You never heard of glue? Well, yeah, I'm just going to leave that one the way it is and, yeah, just put it somewhere and, like, reminisce about how dirty the games from Video Trader were now that they're, piecing out, dude. But, I did take a picture in front of the store and I think that's grand, perfectly good and stuff. But yeah, it's really sad, dude. Sad to see him go. And like I would give him like advice on stuff, cause like I've known him for 20 years, you know. And I was like, bro, you could do this or that. Like you could have a sale to where everything on the floor is $1, and then everybody's gonna come in wanting to buy stuff off the floor because it's all $1, dude. But I'm backed up on comments here. Joe says it could be pet pee. It happens. Yeah, you're not wrong, especially on this thing, dude. Insane Cal says probably just from the smoke getting the residue on the controllers, but I hope it's not pee. First NES I got looked like some kid burned it because there were burn marks on it. LOL, but it worked fine. Like that burnt Game Boy that got bombed in whatever war that was, I forget. Anyway, you guys seen that one? That's pretty awesome. Larry says, are you a construction worker? No. Ice Cube says Sid Vicious would approve. Wait, no, G.G. Allen would. Him too, dude. He would have stuck the cord up his ass and hated someone with a cord while screaming the lyrics to some random song. Yeah, just totally nonchalant about it. I totally agree. Larry the Batman fan says, how often do you go to church? Do you consider yourself religious? So I don't really go to church very often. like at all. But I do uh like on Sundays I'll like watch a sermon on YouTube and stuff. Uh, Larry says, "How many game consoles do you have?" I have no freaking clue, dude. I'm sorry about your luck. Uh, I've got, bro. That's gonna take forever. Hold on, let me answer these other questions here. Insane Cal says the Gulf War. I think, dude. That's what's up. That is what is up. Um, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 NESs. Um, I've got 2 Master Systems. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got like 4 or 5 Sega Genesises. I got a TurboGrafx 16. I've got a PC Engine. I've got a Mega Drive from Japan. I've got GameCube, PS2, Xbox 360, Atari 2600. Is that a third Master System? I've got a third Master System, but it's just the shell. Any handheld consoles? No, I sold them because I never play them, and like some kid might as well enjoy them instead of me like hanging on to them and the battery going to garbage, you know? Yeah, that was it. Yeah, dude. I went ahead and traded those in at Video Trader. It was DSi I got for free, and no, actually I do have one Game Boy, original Game Boy, the gray one, but it's been repainted and it's a piece of shit. That's why I don't really count it. It doesn't even have the screen protector on it. Oh, and I got an N64 and a Super Nintendo. I forgot about the Super Nintendo. Yeah. So those are all my consoles, I believe. Yeah, dude. Larry says, how many retro game stores are in your area? Well, one less than there was before, I can tell you that. But no, I'm just being an asshole on accident, not on purpose. But yeah, we got in one direction we got 1, maybe 2. In the other direction we got like 4 of them. So like 6 probably. But that's just like within a certain radius. Like if you go farther out, you could probably find more, I'm sure. But yeah, I think this is gonna have to be good enough for now. We're just getting the big stuff, Junior. And then we'll go ahead and test them out and hit the hay. But yeah, it'd be cool to get the power pad figured out. What power pad games are there, you guys? I know there's Family Fun Fitness, Stadium Events, which is the same game, as far as I know. And then what else you got? Short Order and Eggsplode. That's a combo cart, so that counts as 1. We're gonna get into something new, you guys. We're gonna actually clean this arcade stick, even though it's all discolored as well. Welcome aboard. Larry says, do you have a game exchange where you live or play and trade? No, I don't. Where are you from? Pennsylvania, you said? Ice Cube says there are only like 4 Power Pad games that I know of. There's that weird detective shooter game. That sounds interesting, dude. Dance Dance Revolution? Yeah. How to buy that game. For Retro's sake says Street Cop. Street Cop, huh? Is that like a combination power pad and like shooter gun game? That'd be pretty legit, I must say. But yeah, we're gonna have to try to clean this thing with alcohol and try to also avoid any of the emblems, dude, because they're significantly expuesto to the alcohol, so they'll just rub right off of there. So anybody cleaning anything with like bare plastic and an emblem like this on Nintendo, don't clean it with rubbing alcohol. It'll wipe off, trust me. Joe says, do you have the Power Glove? No, but I wish. That would be fracking legit. Yeah, I mean, my hands are pretty big though, so I probably have to get a big one. I don't know how big they make them. See, that's the thing. It's always like got me to the point of where like maybe I don't want a power glove. I don't know. You know, it'd be really cool. Would be getting a U-Force. Look how dirty that is. That's like with one swipe inside the little crack hole. But yeah, this controller is basically a cracked in now. It's got an extra one over here as well, just in case you didn't have enough cracks to begin with. They added an extra one, dude. That's aftermarket crack right there. Does that mean it's laced? It's not the purest crack. It's secondhand crack. Leftover crack as well. Glad you guys reminded me of that. Yeah, dude, you guys need to like comment in the section, bye. That's what it's there for, dude. But yeah, we always gotta avoid the letterings on these. So basically, I'm gonna clean it where I can with alcohol, and then go back and try and get the rest with some compound or some junk. Imagine none of these controllers work, and he just like let me walk out with them because he's going out of business. That'd be fucked up, dude. I wouldn't put him to that. I wouldn't imagine he'd ever do that, dude. He's never fucked me over before. I don't think. He charged me extra for Ghouls and Ghosts on the Master System, but other than that, I don't know. Some of his prices are pretty high sometimes. What's in my VHS collection? A lot of that's like family videos and old reviews I made when I was a kid, because I'd always make them on VHS. And I got some movies. I got like Full Metal Jacket, Independence Day, you know, some of the good ones. Not a lot of them. I got some of the old 007 movies. I've got The Simpsons. I've got Dexter. I've got fucking SpongeBob, if any of you guys like SpongeBob. The Jetsons Meet the Flintstones. I got Popeye. I got all kind of good stuff, you guys. Even if they don't work, they still have value, paperweight or decorations. Bro, if they don't work, I am going to try to fix them. So, normally when these things don't work, it's normally just a matter of cleaning it out. Or like one of the pads is broken on the inside or something simple like that, you know? But, yeah, this is going to be a multi-part event, I believe. What do you guys want to see if I were to do something today? To like finish off the stream, dude. What would be most interesting? Maybe hooking up this Yobo and finding out it doesn't work. Bro, this thing reeks of plastic. Ooh. Yeah, some of these pins are messed up too. Bent out of shape and junk. Yeah, this was not a good decision getting this. But hey, it's literally just for one video. Bro, it's got a warranty sticker on the side. That is crazy, dude. Yeah, everything on VHS, that's the way to go. Joem says, Ghouls and Ghosts, Sega. I was kind of meaning just like, you know, the stuff we have here now. I don't want to get in the whole like playthrough session right now, just because it's getting kind of late. But I'm sure I will get to that game at some point. Because I mean, I spent over $100 on it. I might as well play it at some point, right? I mean, good grief. That's what my grandma would say. You paid over $100 for it, you might as well play it. Good grief. That's definitely something my grandma would say. But yeah, this console here is pretty well janked off. You guys notice that? It's pretty white, or at least it used to be at some point. So it's like, what the fuck, dude? What is there in that place that isn't like covered in a freaking thick layer? Well, yeah, dude, I'm thinking about making a compilation of today's live. And, you know, the live we made earlier today. That's what I mean. And take out the clips of like me talking to people and being a freaking social servant and like a public helper, dude. And just making a compilation of that. Because like some of those interactions were funny, dude. I like that. I was watching it back while I was cleaning this power pad. I had it downstairs. I was like wiping it down with like a wet paper towel. And I think I went through like 6 paper towels before I got it clean. Oh, you just want to see the game? Yeah, I can do that. Just grab it off the shelf if you want me to. Oh man. Oh, getting up off the floor sucks. That's why they make all those kids sit crisscross applesauce on the floor. Like, enjoy it while you can, Buzz. Might as well. Alright, what was I getting? I got them all alphabetized now, that's right. Moving up in the world. Anyway, here's Ghouls and Ghosts. Y'all can see this in my best Master System box art video. If you guys haven't seen that yet. It's pretty good, actually. I'm kind of, I was satisfied with the way that video came out. Not too bad. It's pretty relaxing, so like, if you guys are getting ready to go to sleep or something like that, it's not a boring video by any means, but it's like, I'm not like yelling in your face like I normally would, you know? Which is like my favorite pastime. Anyway. Yeah, there's that purchase, Joe M. There you go. You happy now, dude? Bro. I can't wait to like plug this in and try it. You know, I'm gonna like quickly get in this groove here. Or like all of them. Where's my pocket knife? Should be in my toolbox. Where's my toolbox? Oh, right here. Of course it's not in here. I do have a flathead screwdriver though. Yeah. That might work. Oh yeah, dude. Not too bad. We'll get in this groove. I'm actually getting stuck. There's so much dirt, it's getting stuck. That's gnarly. Bro, when I was at Video Trader today, I was like helping clean up because I'm like, good boy. Oh, I thought you said good boy. I'm like, I can't freaking see. That would have been weird, dude. Well, yeah, it was a good buy. Joe says he wouldn't come down on price. How much did that game usually go for? I think back then it was like 140. I don't know. I'm not very good with numbers apparently. But it's like a new revelation I'm coming to. Even though it's limiting and I shouldn't be that way. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I was like cleaning up at Video Trader, right? And like I got into the mode of working there for some reason. And I like went out and like started helping customers and stuff. And I tried to sell this controller to some lady and she didn't buy it. Like, I'm not surprised, dude. You see how grimy this thing is? I ended up getting it anyway. It's like, bro, Brian doesn't even have the ability to take credit card payments half the time. So it's like half your money is walking out the door on top of not being there on time, ever. Like he's always there 4 to 5 hours late. And like he could have made hundreds of dollars a day. But nope. I'm gonna fuck off and stay home and smoke weed. Yeah, that's a better alternative for life. Sure. I don't know, dude. What are you gonna do? I was like, hey man, if I had the money, I'd bail your ass out. But I don't have the money right now. I'd have to sell my vehicular. We don't want none of that. Julian says, definitely should have gotten a discount for practically working there. He gave me a good deal. You gotta think, I traded him a PS5, 3 controllers, and like maybe 20 games or something like that. I got a power pad, 5 controllers. I got these regular controllers, a dog bone, top loader, the box for the top loader. I got this controller. I got like a big stack like this of Nintendo games. I don't know. I feel like I made out pretty good. I don't know about you, but I feel like I did pretty good. Cowabunga bow. You see, what I predict happening, which is really fucked up, is like, he's not going to be able to clean the place out in time. So what he's going to have to do is like take home what he can on his bike, and then maybe get a friend to like bring a truck or a car and just like take some of the most expensive stuff, and then the landlord is going to come in and just throw the rest of it away. So like all that gaming history coated in dirt and then thrown in the dumpster. Bro, I want to know what dumpster that is and where it's located, so I can like dive around for a while, bring my scuba gear and shit. That would be a good freaking time, I'm telling you. We'll start a new segment on this channel, dumpster diving, you guys. You like that idea? Dumpster diving 101, how to dive. First, you place your hands together above your head and then dive head first, being sure to crack your neck on the way down. It's the only way. Holy crud, you guys. Yeah, no, I'm just joking. I wouldn't do that. That's pretty gnarly. U-Haul truck is 20 bucks. Dude, that's true. I didn't think about that. U-Haul truck is 20 bucks, but you gotta have a license for that, I believe. So he's gonna have to phone a friend. Get the U-Haul, rent it to him, and pick up and keep what you want in return. I don't know. I don't want to fuck with all that shit. I got school. He's probably gonna have to move out throughout the week. So it's like, bro, if I was unemployed and not doing anything with my life, then maybe. That'd be a big maybe. But yeah, I'm gonna clean the rest of this off here real quick. You gotta avoid all the insignias for any of those wondering. We don't want to make any erasures here, you guys, but we're leaving our mark. All right, because we're cleaning this thing. Even though it's a negative mark, it's a good mark nonetheless. All right, well, that's better, I guess. This is freaking nasty. That just looks like a freaking booger or something. I don't know. Okay, so I thought these arrows are supposed to be colored in, but I think that's just dirt. Where's my other Nest Advantage? I want to go get it real quick. Hold on. Yeah, no, dude, that's literally just dirt. That's literally just dirt. Bro. You guys see the difference on this thing? This is what one is supposed to look like. See these arrows right here? Yeah. This thing, I thought the arrows were like painted on or something like that, but no, it's literally just grime and junk. So that's good for you. Ugh. Try to hold my lunch down while I freaking dig in deep on this thing. Ugh, man. But yeah, I bet you one, if not more, of the things that I have received from the videos of the trader, one of them's bound to be broken, dude. I can guarantee it. Almost. No guarantees are implied. Okay, but I will state it. Because that's the state I'm in. Anybody else is a statey. I need to make sure I get pulled over every time. Such is my life. Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool to like get some stuff from there. Like the sign out front. That'd be good. But I have a feeling he's gonna want to keep a lot of that stuff. Hopefully he'll be able to open up somewhere else, you know, or something to that effect. He has kind of a support system in a way, I guess, because like one of his friends came over and they were like discussing different ways they could figure stuff out, and try and like keep the place afloat somehow. But like, I don't know, dude. It's not looking good at all. Joe says, what is the value of everything in the store for liquidation? I don't know, dude. But Brian says it's upward of $20,000 somehow. But I don't know. I kind of doubt it. But I was like, yeah, I could sell my car, get 20 grand, and buy the place. That'd be like literally the only way I'd be able to help him, unless I like sold my whole collection, because my collection is worth some money, I guess. I could do that, but like at the same time, bro, what is his track record? It's not looking good. 4 hours late coming to work every day. That's not a good look. Yeah, if it wasn't for that, he wouldn't be in the situation he's in, dude. If he just would have showed up to work on time and kept the place clean, he would have been fine, dude. He would have made a lot more money, been able to keep up with rent and not have the landlord jumping down his throat about how dirty it is in there, dude. There's like writing on the walls, literally. He has like a whole Rolodex of information written on the wall. He's got like a bunch of different phone numbers on there and stuff. Actually, I took a video of it in there. I wonder if I captured that part of the room. I don't have everybody's phone numbers, dude. I think his brother's phone number was on there. Maybe. But that's crazy, bro. The guy loses everything. So it doesn't surprise me, like he has to write stuff on the wall instead of just like keeping his contact information in his cell phone. Because it's like always dead, or like he left it at home, or he doesn't know where the fuck it is, probably under a pile somewhere. Joe says, I support my game stores, but if they don't put in the work, yeah, that's the thing, dude. Like, you guys saw it secondhand. Dude, look, literally looks like urine. That literally looks like pee. Anyway. I'm like getting paranoid now. What was I saying? Yeah, dude, that's the thing. Like, you guys saw it secondhand. I was in the parking lot for, how long were we streaming? An hour and a half? I don't know. I think he showed up at like 6:30. And he's supposed to open at 1. And they close at 7, so he's in there for like 2 to 3 hours a day. At least he stays open late. It'd be different if he showed up at 6:30 and closed at 7 when he's supposed to. That'd be nuts. Absolutely nuts. Like, okay, I'm here late. You better get your shit and leave. He'd never get anything done. Because, like, you go in there with, like, a normal exchange or, like, a normal sort of transaction. And you'll be in there, like, 2 hours. Just because he likes to show people stuff. He likes to talk to them. Likes to, like, show and tell. Which I get it. Me with my girlfriend, I'm like a little kid. I like pick something up and I'm like, here, teacher, look what I brought you. Hey, teacher, check this out. And it's that kid, you just have to go, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's like that, bro. Always showing people stuff. Because stuff is good, dude. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are we all just mentally deranged? Or is it just me? You know what I think I want to play? I want to just pop in Zelda and see if there's a save file in there. And maybe try to play it with this controller, dude. For a couple minutes. Wow. That way I can test out all the junks. Dude, this thing is beyond dirty. This thing probably hasn't been cleaned since the 80s. This is gonna take a while. I'm gonna have to like sit around all day and just like listen to freaking scam baiters and like true crime and stuff. Hey, if you guys have never watched scam baiters on YouTube, it's a really good genre to get into. I think it's magnificent, dude. Zelda Game Genie. Exploding Sword? Is that a thing? Bro, I've got an extra copy of Zelda just for doing Game Genie codes. Because I don't know if like there's some way to corrupt the save battery or something. But it'd be really cool to try that out. And some lucky fucker got this game for $2 from Goodwill. What a guy, dude. Hey, all the more power to him. He is greater than I. Or she, I guess. Could have been anybody. Let's not use limiting the speech, you guys. Alright, we gotta stay woke. Woken up. Everybody open your eyes to the bullshit. You know? It's a double-edged sword, dude. Get used to it. But what do you want? What do you want? Hey, do you know what that code is? Because I will legitimately try that out. That'd be grand. If you could find that for me, that'd be legit. Hey, any of you guys who like tuned in for the Video Trader stream, did you guys enjoy that? Because I thought that was pretty funny. All those people coming in and me like being a public servant, dude. That was beautiful. But yeah, even like this white part right here, you see how white this is compared to the rest of it? That is insane. Like somebody buried this in their backyard. Legitimately. I don't get it, bro. Like how can it get this dirty without being all tore up? Like somebody must have stepped on it or something to get this much dirt on here. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. How do people survive in life living this way? There's some cars when I was a automotive detailer I would see and I'm like, man, how does anybody just like commute to work with this amount of garbage? You know? I'm a goat now, apparently. Excuse me. Joe M says, what is the prized jewel of your collection? I I would have to say I really like my copy of Power Strike. I'm proud of that one, even though I shouldn't be. But that's probably it right there. That and the Turbo. I really like the TurboGrafx 16. I think it's grand. And really the only CD-based media that deserves to exist in this landscape is Fighting Street for TurboGrafx 16 CD. Alright? What's wrong? Well, don't forget there are many guys like you all over the world. That is like the only CD-based medium that we deserve to listen to with our listeners, dude. Alright? So put on your listening ears for it. Yeah. That's about it. I like Power Strike, and then Ghouls and Ghosts is cool and all, but I don't know. I like Power Strike more. It's just a funner game. And it's also got the Sega for the 90s sticker on it. But thanks for the like, man. I appreciate that. Super Garcia Gaming, welcome aboard, dude. I took your advice, finally, and got myself a Super Nintendo game. Super Mario World. Oh yeah. Wasn't it you who told me to like play Super Nintendo? Or was that somebody else? Somebody's dog bit that game. I just realized what that is. That's a dog bite. But hey, we'll fill that in with some marker and she'll be grand. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Oh yeah. Here's an obscure reference for you. I got plenty of thems, you guys. He's like, yes, it is me, bro. Welcome aboard. I finally got a Super Nintendo game that I can stream and not gag twice or 3 times. Well, yeah, no, dude, I like Super Mario World. I think that's a good game. I will stream that one day just for you, dude. I will do it. And one of these days, I'll get Super Ghouls and Ghosts, and we'll do that as well. How you like that, bah? That ought to be pretty grand. Hey, that's another console that's got the freaking jitter issue with the picture processing unit. I'm doing a video dedicated to that whole entire idea and that whole entire ideology right there. We're doing a video on it, you guys, and it's gonna be good. So y'all tune in and enjoy. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it. I'm going in depth to try and find the cheapest way to upload video footage of the Nintendo to YouTube. Which, I mean, I'm already past the threshold with the freaking capture card. But it's like, dude, what are you gonna do? You could just, like, get one off of Amazon and do basically the same thing, I guess. But we're gonna find that out. That's why I got the Yobo, to see if maybe the picture processing unit in this thing doesn't have the jittering issue. But then you got to deal with the cartridge slot being a piece of crap. You guys see those pins in there? Hold on a second. Let me readjust this. You guys see the pins in there that are fucked up? Pretty jank. I should have looked at this thing before I bought it. What are you going to do? It's alright. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Oh yeah. You guys sing along with me. Where's your lighters, you guys? Super Garcia Gaming says, that is my favorite Super Mario game. That's what's up, dude. Thank you, Joe M. AOVKYZ. All right, I'll put that in, dude, and we'll try it out. Dude, I love that dynamic. You guys should, like, send me more Game Genie codes more often. That is legit. Super Garcia Gaming says, yeah, that is bad. I know, right? But hey, it's mainly just for that experiment. And after that, it can suck on a John, dude. But, no, for real, though, I'll probably bend those pins back and sell it. Try to fix the cartridge slot and just sell it. If it doesn't work good for capture. Which hopefully you guys know what I mean when I say that. And Larry, I don't own the Power Glove. I don't own the U-Force. I don't own the thing you put on your head and go, fire, fire, fire. And whatever else. Really all I got is 3 Nest Advantages. I got the dog boners. I got freaking this thing. And that's about it, dude. Super says, on Super Mario Brothers, I know a lot of codes on the NES. Bro, whenever I'm doing Super Mario codes, hop on in, dude. I'll try any code you want me to. Literally, that's like my favorite thing to do. Larry says there's actually 6 or 7 total for Power Pad games. For real? The most common one is World Class Track Meet. Bro, actually, I think I might have the triple card. Do I have the triple card? No, I do have the triple card. Hold on. I might actually be able to test this thing tomorrow. And if I can, I might do a live, bro. Hold on. Let me. I might have the triple card. Yes, I do. Here it is, you guys. We'll be playing some Power Pad tomorrow. W's in the chat, you guys. Oh yeah, I forgot all about that, bro. How could I have possibly forgotten? Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and try out some Zelda, dude. We're gonna flip y'all around. Try not to disorientate you too much. We're gonna put you down and plop her down. Hey, how do you guys like the new layout of the shelf? I separated the Nintendo games into 2 different slots, so we'll have more room for them by. So there's that. Okay. Oh, that's not gonna work. Flip this around. Try to make it work somehow. Because that's the only way. Oh yeah. I live in a house. I don't know why you guys keep asking these personal questions, Bo. I don't want to get swatted. All right, so if I don't answer like questions like that, don't get offended, because I don't want people knowing where I live, you know? Sword bombs, huh? Those are 2 different ones, huh? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and hook up. I'm playing the first one, Super. Yeah, this one right here. I didn't have the gold cart before. This one's gold. Actually, I forgot to clean this one, so I'm going to have to do that, because you got to use the front loader for Game Genie. And, yeah, enough said, right? Yeah, this game is pretty gnarly as well. I can see all the dust in there. So bear with me here for a minute. I'm going to see if maybe that's not even connected, is it? Well, I want to connect my Nintendo as well. Somehow or another, dude. Joe M says the last one is Exploding Sword. That's what's up, dude. Might as well keep you guys in tow here for a minute while I clean this game. But yeah, dude, look at this cartridge. Can you even see? You can't really tell. It's really dusty. Just trust me on that. Holy crap. It's literally got like a pile of dirt up here. You guys can't see it. Oh well. Yeah. First swipages. This is what I liked about Video Trader, because like cleaning the game is half the fun. I don't know why. Because like you get a game, just like those restoration channels, you get a game that looks like somebody like farted on it 300 times and dust came out their ass. It's just like, man, this is satisfying, trying to clean this stuff. Super says, okay, let me have the gold one. Okay. I mean, it'd be cool to like do a little promotion where I do a raffle or something like that. I could raffle it off maybe. I don't know. I don't even know how to do that. However the winner would be, I'd have to have them email me. And then whoever would win would have to email me their address, and I'd mail it to them. But Super says, okay, let me think of some codes, and I made on codes. If it's for Mario Brothers, then I would wait, because I really want to like write them down, you know. Joe says it's not really gold though. It's not. I thought this was like high quality gold plating, dude. That's screwed up. You mean to tell me it's not just paint? No, it's not paint. It's real gold. Spent good money for this. It needs to be real gold. Somebody needs to do that. Somebody needs to make an actual gold shell for their Zelda cart, dude. For their PCB, anyway. That'd be like the only thing you could put in there. SZNZVOVK Infinite Bombs. I think, did I read that already? I don't know. Larry said, yeah, I only know the accessories on NES because of AVGN. Bro, me too. Literally. Larry says, how tall am I? You guys can normally tell, I don't know. For most people, you can tell how tall somebody is based on how big their forehead is. You know, like those guys with gigantism, they got like the extended forehead. I'm 6'4". Most of them have like real voice too. My voice isn't really that deep, so I don't know what happened to me. My pituitary, dang that thing to heck. All right, everybody needs to like agree with that at this point. But yeah, that's the gland responsible for growth, apparently. Don't ask me. I ain't no doctor. I'm just a fool. All right, we're gonna play this game now, you guys. Hold on, I want to answer these. Joe says gold is the board, so technically there is gold. Oh, for real? Super says, here are some of the Zelda NES codes I had in my book. Oh, you got a whole book, huh? That's pretty legit. I want to flip you guys around. Going around town. And we do this and this. It should be good enough for now, I believe. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and hook up my Nintendo to the consola. The consolador. If you guys are from Spain or Mexico, you'd be laughing your ass off right now. Okay? Yeah, because jokes are always good. Especially for the Johns. You guys know who you are. Man, I gotta clean this mess up at some point. This is getting out of hand. You know, should I play it on my flat screen? Are you guys gonna unsubscribe if I play it on my flat screen right now? You guys are gonna be able to see it better. So let's just do that just for today, okay? Because I had it hooked up to my TV for capturing purposes, and that's literally it. So it's hooked up through my RetroTink 5X right now. Anyway, so yeah, this is gonna be a one-time thing since you guys are special. I make you feel like that. So, all right, we're gonna plop our Journey to Silliest out of here because we're not silly. Okay, we're totally serial. All right, just like Al Gore. We're gonna get out our freaking dang Game Genie, wherever it is. It's hiding from us, dude. We need to wrangle her up. Anybody have a lasso? Actually, probably work on these things. It's got this nice little hook going. Oh yeah, dude. I want to turn this light off real quick so you guys can see. With the lights out, it's so dangerous. Here we are now. Make us bored. It's the greatest. All right, where's our copy of Zelda? What the fuck? What the fuck? Joe says when they recycle the boards for games, a little bit of gold remains. Oh, that's cool. Larry says, hey, when are we gonna see your NES collection in full? Look up original Nintendo. That's where it is. Super says AVVLAUSZ, don't take damage from anything. YYKPOYZZ, great character with 8 lives, hearts. Okay. I'm gonna do exploding swords for now. But just because I just don't know where my book is for writing down the codes. But Joe says, when did you get a screen capture card? I got it I want to say like 6 months ago. Larry says, do you rap at all? No, I do not. I used to dabble with some freestyle here and there, I think. No, I did make a rap song once. But yeah. That's really not my style, I guess. I'll have to turn the light back on so I can find my Zelda game now. It's bright gold. I should be able to find it. Here it is. All right. So we're going to plop these Johns together in unholy matrimony. Like that. Bro, I just noticed they're twinning now. How trendy are we? Oh, yeah. We're going to plop that in. And I'll give you guys the verdict on whether or not that... Is that better? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. I'm stopping at 8. I turn off the Wi-Fi and I also reset the stream. So if it didn't work, let me know, you guys. I appreciate you letting me know it was messed up. Anytime the angle's wrong, if the refresh rate's fucked up on the tube screen, if my big fat head's in the way, please let me know and I'll do my best to accommodate. All right, so now we're testing out this controller here. I believe this is the first one we cleaned. So what was that code again? I'm gonna have to, so literally when, sometimes when it starts lagging, all you have to do is close out the app and open it back up and it'll reset and it'll work just fine, dude. So let's go ahead and try this code real quick. Huh? Something's up, bro. Something is indeed up. Is this controller broken too? Okay, I'm gonna have to get a controller that I know works here for a minute. Because this is ridiculous, you guys. Right now, I believe I am. Imagine all these controllers are broken and that's why they're in that same box. That'd be wild. No? Okay, something's going on here. It's probably because the it's got a bad connection or something like that. So maybe the controller isn't messed up after all. I don't know, dude. I do have another Game Genie I can try. I'll do that. I'll get another one. All right. Game Genie number 2. Huh? Huh, what? Is it because the game has a save battery? Is that what it is? I don't know. If not, I can always try my other copy of Zelda. Now that I got 2 of them. I don't know. Fuck it. We're gonna try it. Okay, it might work this time. Okay. A O V K Y Z. Whoa, what? What is this shit? Am I being punked now? Is that what this is? The data's probably corrupt now. Alright, I want to try this other one. Bro, what is this code even supposed to be? Link looks kind of derpy, you see that? He's got both eyeballs on one side of his face. Okay. I don't know what to do now. Should I try a different cartridge? Is that code actually supposed to work? No. No way. This isn't supposed to work. That's nonsense. Alright. Okay, now we might be cooking with gasoline. Alright, after I get this code in, then I can read the new comment. I got it scrolled all the way back up. That's why I can't see anybody's comments, but hold on a second. AOV KYZ. Alright, it did some weird stuff again. But it looked frozen on the TV screen. It does, doesn't it? How much was the Game Genie? I don't know. He never priced it for me, but there you go for like $10, I think. Homie D? I don't know. I mean Pin. I'm not sure what you mean. Super says, after this game, can you play Super Mario? I want to hop off here soon, dude. But we might play Mario tomorrow. I guess we'll see. Hopefully this won't corrupt my save. Okay, I gotta fill up all my heart stuffs. You know what? Fuck that. We're starting a new game. That way we can test out our sword dealy. All right, well, we got that going. 5:30. What, I'm on a specific time schedule now? Bo. Yeah, this isn't doing anything different at all. That's kind of disappointing. But hey, at the very least, I can check and see if that dang blasted arcade stick is gonna work. Is that a question? Okay, tomorrow can go live around 5:30. I don't understand, bro. I don't get it at all. Not even a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna try our arcade pad, because this thing feels janky as all get out. I want to see if maybe it might work. Dude, this button, compared to the other button, feels like it's standing on top of like a piece of, like a cotton ball or something. I don't know. Probably dirt, most likely. Oh, now the game froze now that I put something in it. That's good. Around at night tomorrow. I don't know. I might go live earlier in the day, but that's like dinner time, bruh. I gotta eat my foods. Can have no shortage of that. Okay. Up doesn't want to work. Down doesn't quite want to work. But left and right are Gucci. As long as you don't need to go up or down, we should be perfectly fine. All right, now we can test out the A button. Oh, good grief, man. Yeah, this thing is screwy. That's as fast as I can walk down. A isn't working at all. That is toast. Absolutely toast. And we can't use B right now because we don't have any weapons. I'm gonna try to like redo myself here. Link has a limp. What's up, Retro Kingpin? Dude, it always sucks when somebody cool comes in and I like have to hop off stream very soon. Guys for that. But it is getting late. Okay, now I go left at all. Okay, now it will go left and right. Yeah, this thing's gonna need a cleaning. I've never cleaned one of these on the inside before. So I guess that'll be a real adventure. Now it's a nice touch. We'll put it on turbo and see maybe. Turbo isn't working at all. This thing is toast. Absolutely. Okay, the slow button works. Yeah, this thing is gonna need a complete overhaul on the inside. That kind of pisses me off, dude. I thought this thing was gonna actually work. But hey, if it doesn't, that's just another excuse to go back to Video Trader. All right. So that works for him perfectly fine. That's called return clientele. So, yeah. Just for you, Retro Kingpin, I want to open this freaking arcade stick up real quick just to see how dirty it is on the inside. Because it's got to be really bad. I mean, I've never, in my whole life, felt a singular arcade stick that sucked that much. All right, we're gonna get out the tools. Okay, you guys. This is not so crazy, though. Made in Taiwan. This is nuts. Okay, here we go. Oh, there's a screw missing. Okay, less work for me to do, I guess. This thing has definitely been taken apart before. You can just kind of tell when, which one is it? I'm not sure what you mean by that. But, you can just tell when something's been taken apart before. Because, like, it doesn't have that click when you turn to the left. We've already got weird things flying off of it. This looks like a pencil shaving. I don't know if you guys can see that. Weird object number one for the day. One singular shaving. The Nest Advantage. Yep, that's what it is. I don't know what it's called, but I saw like the Super Nintendo version of the Avenue Pad at Video Trader. I should have got that, but it was on the floor where everybody steps on it, so it's probably broken too. What are you gonna do, dude? What are you going to do? Okay. All right. So that's literally just a metal plate. So that's good for you. The mildew, whew, the mildew is really coming through on this thing. Congratulations for that. So we got what looks like 4 screws holding the joystick module together. Just like instant, like a like a tickle in the back of my throat. One swipe and it's already dirty. It wasn't impressive enough to show you guys, so that's why I didn't. But I'm sure once I'm done wiping this down, it's gonna be enough. Dude, this thing's got some rust on it. You can't have a nice little grimy joystick without some rust on it, dude. I'm talking about the bar. You know? Am I the only one? Well, yeah, I think it's cool how it's got this little support for the joystick back there. That's kind of cute, they did that. That was probably somebody's job all day, was just to weld those on. Could you imagine? That's crazy. Some Taiwanese person made his living doing that. Okay, well, that's step number 1 anyway. Go ahead and, man, whatever is in here is just potent. That's busted off, so that's good. And that's the ground pin too. So that's really convenient. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but the thread post is broken off. Retro Kingpin says, I had the SNES one, I got rid of it. Yeah, the SNES one isn't that great. Not as good as these, because they weren't first party. But if you want a good Super Nintendo joystick, I forget who makes them, but there's like another third-party one that's really good. They're gray, and there's ones for the Sega Genesis that look exactly the same. Man, I hope these pots aren't going to need taken apart and cleaned. That would suck. That would really suck. Wouldn't put it past it though. You guys see that junk? That is pretty rank. Here, you guys. I'm gonna get a Q-tip, my alcohol. People. That's what this all comes down to. People and their grind. I'm not putting up with it, dude. Hopefully this all is in one piece. That would really suck. The next advantage of being like, oh, they're so reliable, and then you can't even. What the fuck? Whose idea was that? Fix one of these, you gotta plop a new one on there. That is fucked. Wait. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna get this flathead screwdriver. See if maybe I can pop this off. Pop smoke. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's working. Now we're cooking. Nice. Alright, well, like that, but oh well. Yeah, whatever. Trying to be trendy can't bite me in the ass, just like always. What are you gonna do? Super says my Nest has a new pin connector, so I can't put in my Game Genie. That sucks, dude. Joe says, can I fix it? Maybe. I hope so. Now that I know I can take it apart, I'm feeling better about it. Feeling better about the buy. But this looks really clean, so maybe it's something else. Yeah, this looks pristine. Maybe it's these little Johns. They're getting johned up. Super Garcia Gaming says, hi, hello, Super Garcia Gaming. Retro Kingpin says, I caught the stream a little late. What were you playing? I was just playing Zelda. That's all. I was just testing it out. As soon as I started the game, it like crashed. So could you imagine if the battery on that is leaky and it messed all that up too? Just like the Crystalis game I have. Yeah, dude. It is a good game when it works. You know, hopefully I can get everything to work. I mean, Nintendo stuff is normally pretty hardy, as long as it's not like a front loader, basically. Some front loaders still work really good. They really get a bad rap for like some of the bad eggs out there, because they're very temperamental. They all have their own personalities. It's like the best case scenario, just so they'll all be lined up. When I go to put the PCB back on there, oil in here or something like that. But I'm lazy, so that's a no from me. How was this put in there? It wasn't like that. That's the part I don't think doesn't matter as much, but I believe it was like that. But like to orient that PCB back around, dingus. But anyway, that's that is centered before I put it back together. Okay, that looks centered enough, I guess. Just like an esophagus. This is like probably the only orientation it could possibly go back into. Absolutely. It's all part of the experience. Retro Kingpin says, I gave you a sub just now. I was watching your other content. Thanks, bud. I appreciate that. Thanks for the sub, man. You're the best. Alright. You're good by my... That'd be funny. We need to enterprise the government legally. Alright, remember that. This country is pretty legit, okay? Yeah, dude. It's very good. But hey, I'm feeling optimistic. At least about the joystick. At the very least, we can play Pac-Man with this thing. Congratulations. Yeah, dude. Alright, I'll flip this around. Oh, man, this thing's gross. Okay, we're doing this DK Oldie style. No, I shouldn't even say that. They're gonna get me for slander. Oh, shit. because I'm not going to do a very good job. Yeah, apparently DK Oldies was getting shit because they weren't cleaning the inside of their consoles. Boo freaking who. You gotta get your money's worth. Now, they're not actually that expensive. I would imagine they're more expensive though, because all that manpower. You know what I mean, Bo? Money's gotta come from. I love about this. Or you gotta get this ground pen off of here now. Congratulations. Maybe we're taking it off anyway. Cockadookie bunch of shit. Yeah. It just had to be that screw that the post broke off. Grand. Alright, how does this thing come off of here? Son of a bitch. I gotta pull these pots off? Yes, I do. Just like the old stereos from the 80s. Magnificent. I appreciate the virtue of this here controller. Yeah, it looks pretty freaking dirty, dude. I might take some sandpaper to the inside of this and just get the burrs off of there. It's just pretty gnar, you guys. Very gnar, actually. I stand corrected to myself. Come on, bro. Get out of there. Get out. Get out. Super says, hey, Retro Kingpin, can I sub for you? You're gonna sub to him, or you're offering to sub to me for him? I don't get it. Alright guys, we're back. Sorry about my luck. But I don't know if you guys caught that or not. But my battery went dead. So that's why the stream got cut off anyway. Is anybody in here now? I can't freaking tell. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna close this and open it back up. Okay. Now we're back. Oh, thanks for subbing, Super Garcia Gaming. I appreciate that. Retro Kingpin says, had to refresh a few times. Yeah, dude, sorry guys. My battery went dead. I don't know if you guys caught that on film when I said so. But yeah, I said it right as the stream was cutting off. So that was pretty legit timing there, you guys. Will he be able to take the second pot cover off? The world may never know. I guess we'll find out one of these days. Freaking thing. Get off of there, dude. You're cramping my style, man. That's what you're doing. What a guy, hanging on for dear life. What a bow. I'm almost ready to just grab it with a pair of pliers and say screw it. But at the same time, like, fuck. Like, who pushed down on this knob so intensely to be able to, like, scrape the inside of it so much? Was there like a rock in there? Yeah, you should definitely live stream Retro Kingpin. That'd be excuse me, that'd be legit, dude. I'll tell you what's not legit, this freaking controller. But hey, the joystick actually feels a little better now, believe it or not. I don't know how, but that's what we're dealing with now, you guys. Anyway, yeah, short of like fucking up the PCB, there's no other way other than like grabbing a pair of pliers and just yeeting it, dude. Where's my Snap-on? John's. I take him back down to the garage. like the detached garage. It's like a mile away. I might have, I might have. So we might have to use our shitty ones here, you guys. And get your microfiber cloth. She likes cloth. That's a good band name. And I'm just gonna go for it. Damn, bro. That did not work at all. Which is why everybody needs to invest in Snap-on. Alright? Only the best of tools. For everyone. It's rated E. Because everybody needs to do it. Put that finger in there, dude. Okay, I got this. Oh, finally. That was satisfying. Do you guys enjoy that as much as I did? That was pretty legit. Might try someday. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. I mean, if it worked. But yeah, check out how screwed up this is. It's not a very happy knob as far as knobs go. But yeah, we should just be able to plop this PCB out of here now. Hopefully. It seemed kind of loose. I mean, what else could be holding it in there, dude? Yar, she blows. You know what? You make a good point there, senor. Oh, okay. I need a socket for this. Yay, I get to use my sockets for once. Wow, dude. Okay. We're going to get out my my toolkits. Actually, no, I do have my Snap-on pliers here. They're just in a different pile. Okay. I think it might be a good idea to go ahead and screw that PCB back on, because we're going to be torquing on this thing pretty good with our Milwaukee. So yeah, I'm going to put a couple of screws back in this. Right here. Okay, we're at least going to put 2 of them in. I mean, come on, you guys. How much time do we have to waste here anyways on this planet we call Earth? What are you gonna do? Okay, so now we got that on there legit. Let's get out some Blue Power by Cornwell. Pretty good stuff. Get out our Body Man tools to work on some gams. All right, what is that, a 10? We got our 10 deep magnet, and that fits on there just perfect, dude. So let's get out our Milwaukee. Yeah, dude. That thing looked rough. Yeah, dude, it's pretty rough. This thing is a fixer-upper for sure, Marge. Okay. Yeah, she's loose. Okay. That ought to do her there, bud. Plop her down. Oh crap, we got washers as well. Alright, we'll have to keep track of those. That's flipped over like that. I mean, I guess we're not like taking apart a pump or anything like that. I guess it doesn't really matter which side the washer is facing, like it normally would if you're actually working on something more complicated. So I don't really have to worry too much about that, I don't think. I mean, look at the rest of this thing anyway. But hey, dude, we're gonna make it right, because that's the only way. The right way is the only way, and that's the way we're going, dude. Whichever direction that is. I guess it depends on the moment. Guy. Alright, flip this out of here. Okay, dude. Wow. Would you look at that? You got some buttons. Okay, so the switches shouldn't need anything. Got a little bit of griminess going on. Trigger. You guys see that? This button is labeled trigger. See that? Trigger. I like that, dude. That's pretty hype. Okay, we got this button here. I can get my Q-tip and alcohol. Shut up, Tools Bo. Who asked you? Alright, whoa, that's way too much. Perfect. Alright, I'll clean this. Should be good. Close enough, who gives a fuck? Now, we get one of these out and go. You guys like that? Okay. Now get some dirt on our hands. That's step number 3. Just gonna slightly glaze over these. Nice and good. Ooh, that's a real crispy one. Okay, I actually might have a replacement for this, dude. This looks very similar to the button pads that they put in the Sega Master System controllers. So if I can find my pads for that, I know I got them in a little tiny box over there. Okay. It might be in here. Well, yeah, that pad is F-U-C-K. Fuck. Yeah, dude, it's actually the exact same size. Holy crap. I knew saving these was a good idea. Bro, what luck is that? You guys see that? Leave a like for luck today. Holy crap. Retro Kingpin says, this thing is going to be good for the next 10 years when you put it back together. I hope so. Dang blang it. I don't know about turbo, but we will be getting these buttons to work. I actually got 3 of them. How's that even possible, bro? Like, what? I thought I got these out of a Sega Master System controller I bought a new pad kit for, but I'm not entirely sure. Just in case, I want to go ahead and clean this too, because it's probably pretty ranky-danky as well from whatever I took it out of. Yeah, ranky-danky for your hanky-panky, bye. That's the freaking key balance we all need to have. Everybody needs their equilibrio for the day. Alright, so we're gonna erky our way all the way around. Okay, get all the dirt out of there. Bro, somebody literally took this in their kid's sandbox and said, here you go, Junior, play with this. That's what it feels like. Okay. This is pretty gnar. You gotta see the redador of that. That's pretty beautiful, Junior. I will agree. But I have a thing against cleaning out the surround of buttons because it makes it feel funny. I don't know what it is, but I'm leaving it dirty. Okay? Sue me if you like. Actually, no, please don't. I would not enjoy that. But we're gonna go ahead and just fix this controller now, if you don't mind. But no, I don't want to be an asshole. I'm nobody's asshole, not even my own, okay? Only when I take a dump. And that's only sometimes, you guys. We're gonna go ahead and clean the trigger. Get in there deep. Why not? This isn't a video head. I had to learn that the hard way. Apparently you're not supposed to clean VCR heads with Q-tips, because even if one fiber gets stuck in there, you're fucked. So, word to the wise, you guys. Don't make the same mistake I did. Alright? Now, I don't know what to do about those. They're enclosed. So, yeah. It might just be the pots that need cleaned. I don't see any goo from like any broken capacitors. But I know one thing's for sure. Them pots ain't getting clean. I don't think. I mean, I'd have to like pry those little metal johns apart and open that up. Uh, and that would require desoldering, I believe. Maybe. But I'm not going to worry about turbo for now. I think that's a little bit too advanced. Like Dungeons and Dragons almost. But yeah, I don't know much about that. My sister played Dungeons and Dragons back in the day, but I never really got into it. I went along with him one time. I thought the dude's house was really cool, but that was about the extent of the coolness going on there at the time. It was like one of those like Victorian houses with the pocket doors. Pretty beautiful, dude. I thoroughly enjoyed that place. What is wrong here? Why is nothing coming together? Come together, do do do. We gotta tell it so, okay? Right now, over me. Do, do, boom, 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 boom. Okay, what's the big idea here? PC Bo. That's what the B stands for. Son of a bitch, man. What is the holdup? Is something not aligned? It's probably those dang switches. I'm gonna put this on top of here just for convenience. And then that's just a button. That's not a switch. That's a toggle button. It's not momentary, just in case none of you guys know the alternative to that. Or some of you, I guess I should say. I'm sure most of you guys do. Excuse me. You gotta assume the worst sometimes, just to make sure people can follow along with you. We're an equal opportunity entertainment center, dude. It's like one of those big johns you get for free off of Facebook Marketplace. We're one of those. One of the big ones you gotta invite your friends over to help you with. Okay? Alright, you just gotta give it a big hug. That's the only way. Alright, you gotta maintain your good posture while carrying it, dude. Or else, back pain for days. Alright, keep that in mind. But, yeah. Just a nice little message for everybody. Just in case you didn't already know. Boy, we're almost finished with this guy for now. Imagine we put it back together and turbo works. That'd be insane because we did literally nothing to fix that. I don't know what we would do. Because I don't know, maybe it might work better since we cleaned out the buttons, because sometimes, like, no, actually all the time, on these controllers, when you press the button down, there's a light bulb that lights up above the turbo feature, and it should light when we do that. So let me go ahead and get this ground pin lined up. Good. All right, now we're gonna get out our Milwaukee. Okay, and no, we're not drinking, even though I'm off probation. We're gonna still let my probation officer know, my old probation officer, even though she's young, okay, we're not gonna offend her, even though we're no longer on probation. You just never know, they might invite me back. So yeah, we don't want any return visits. But yeah, Milwaukee. We're gonna grab her out so we can put our whooshers back on, as well as our knuts. Yeah. Yeah, dude. We're just gonna leave all the grime on there, because why not? We're not too worried about it for now. If I have to, I'll take it back apart later on. We're gonna make sure to flip our ratchet. Okay. Just for safe measures, we're gonna start this by hand. Take off our socket. Okay. All right, that started on there good. Now we'll get this one. And we're just gonna tap it on there with the ratchet when we get to it. Just a little tap. Just a little love tap. Debris, cleaned up the buttons. Sorry, I'm missing out on all the comments here, you guys. Getting FOMO now. All right, let me read some of these. I feel like a caveman. Ooga ooga. That was perfect. What a save there. Wish I can go live. Yeah, going live is fun, dude. You never know. Cleaned up the buttons. Debris. Oh yeah. It's good debris though. We like debris. You can always hit the PCB with ISO alcohol too. That's a good idea. And a toothbrush. What's your favorite console? Nintendo right now. It changes. Like I go through cycles, dude. What's up, SC? Welcome aboard. Good morning from the east. Nighty night to the west. Thank you for that. Okay, saludos to todos, my guy. All right. We got our flipped. We have flipped our lid officially. All right. Okay, we have love tapped that one. What is that? Stripped out? Stripped at. Okay, there we go. What the fuck? Huh? I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be tight on there. It ain't falling off. Oh, it is falling off. What? That's some bull. What kind of bull is that, you guys? Okay. It probably needs some lube. But I don't fucking know. Pack it in. Pack it in. Pack it in. There we go. Grab this. I don't know if it's just not lined up, if it's stripped out, if she's not happy for some reason or another. Okay, now I'm feeling it tighten up some. We're gonna do this in by hand because that felt really sketchy. Okay, now it's tight. Tight-ish. You know what? We'll give her a couple clicks, but we're not gonna hold the trigger down. Just a couple little clicks. Like that, you know? Get our mental torque wrench out here. There we go. Okay, that should be good. All right, and we're gonna plop our little thingamabobs down on the jobby. And we should be pretty bueno, my guy. All right, that's on there good, I think. Yeah, she's universal as fuck. Why not? All right, now there's something about the bar. Turn that all the way to the left. And now we're just gonna match it up with the other one. Actually, I don't like that. I'm gonna put it right here. Now we're gonna pull this other one off and just go ahead and line it up right where the other one is. And we're gonna plop them down together as friends. Everybody needs one, dude. I don't care who you are. Okay, we're gonna put this back on here. See if we can get the ground screw to thread in at all, even though the post is all missing on one side. But we're gonna be very gentle as to not John it up. Nothing likes a John remote, my guy. Okay, we're just gonna very gently plop her down. That should be good. Now we'll have a ground, because that screw was missing before. That might have affected something too. Let's see. Super says, well, my favorite console is the SNES. Oh, well, that's, you know, to each their own. I appreciate that insight. Are you going to test it? I believe so. Yeah, I think we should. Retro Knight says, thanks for the time, CRT Gamer. Talk soon. Sayonara, Bo. Appreciate you joining in. See you around next time. Yeah, dude. So this is a good time for everybody, you know? Except for Brian, which I feel terrible for saying that. Or, like, you know? Because it fucking sucks. He's closing down. Been going there ever since I was 6 years old, dude. I remember the first time I went in that game store, and I remember my dad was like, "This is the store your uncle goes to, son." He didn't actually say it like that, but I like to think so anyway. But I was like, "What is this place?" Because it was all like wood paneled and stuff, and it looked pretty grungy, dude, which it was, and that was part of the experience. I'm like, "What is this place, Dad?" And my dad was like, "Your uncle goes here." My uncle was alcoholic. And I was like, "Oh, okay, Uncle Matt goes here. That's cool." And went in there, they're playing like punk rock. Oh, that feels worlds better, dude. Worlds better. That's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, taking out this faulty Sponjo Delo did all the difference, bro. Absolutely. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and throw that away. We got lucky, you guys. Holy crap. Flew to that one, guy. WHEW. Sounds like a radio station. We gotta start that up. Okay, I'm just gonna like put a little lick of alcohol in this thing. Or just enough to taste it, okay? Just trust me. Alright. Put this on here. Okay. We're just gonna flirt with disaster here for a minute. Play the devil's advocate. And just get some of this dirt off of here for a minute. Because this is pretty gnar. I'm not going near the lettering at all, which is why I'm saying I'm flirting with disaster, because any of you new guys coming in here, rubbing alcohol will take this lettering clean off. I learned that the hard way a couple times, actually. Kind of a hard head, if you guys haven't already noticed. But yeah, I believe we're gonna have much luck, hopefully, with this thing, plugging it in and trying it out for the second time. That reminded me of Uncle Buck. Remember that chick from Uncle Buck, like the 16-year-old girl or whatever? And she was like, "For the second time." She had like the worst attitude ever. But yeah, that's like one of my favorite movies of all time is Uncle Buck. I always wanted Uncle Buck's rig too. The real smoky one with the shitty suspension and stuff. Just to like scare people, you know? You always gotta walk off and then just bam, like that. It's always a nice touch. Well, I think we're just about done here, guy. I think we might be, dude. Did somebody say my name is Mud? Somebody needs to come in and say my name is Mud. In first person. What is that? What is my favorite console? Nintendo. For me, my time is 11:02. So you're in Central Time. Congratulations. Joe M says, favorite pizza? 4 meat or 4 cheese. Either or. Sometimes I'm in the mood for just plain old pep, and that's perfectly fine, dude. But yeah, here's how she ended up. Not terrible. It's still very dirty, but I'm gonna have to take some buffer sauce to the rest of this and go that route. But this is how our pots ended up lined up. Really no way to line them up. You just kind of gotta eyeball it. So that's completely down low for both of them. I turn them all up. They're still lined up, so it's not bad. I feel like it's pretty true to the original angles and stuff, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it still feels kind of janky there. But, I mean, there's nothing you can do about those. You just have to desolder them and put new ones in. But anyway, as long as we can get motion action and buttons going, I think I'm going to be okay. And we can clean it up real nice and play some games with it, dude. That way I can be like, okay, you guys, today I'm playing the controller just for the joystick, okay? Turbo is broken, so now you know I will not be cheating today as long as I'm using the yellow one. You guys will know that. All right, let's talking more gaming. I'm gonna hop up off the floor. Okay, we have survived officially. Okay. All right, we got 23% battery. For all intents and purposes, I believe we are safe to unplug the phone. Officially, you guys. Wow. Imagine that. But yeah, if we can like get some luck here today, that'd be grand. Super says, but when I was watching your shorts, you said the Sega Genesis. Exactly, dude. I don't know if you remember the first time I answered that question, but I said I go through phases. It's like a cycle. Right now, my favorite console is the original Nintendo. 6 months from now, it'll probably be something else. Maybe the Sega Master System, maybe the TurboGrafx 16, maybe the Sega Genesis. So you just never know, dude. It's all about my environment. It depends on what sort of triggers I might find here, there, and everywhere. But it's hella late. We're gonna turn that down. We got neighbors, you guys. Okay. So, what is this crap? Okay. Do we have worky? Okay, so far so good. That's not a good sign. Oh, it's select. Duh. I was like, the joystick ain't working. Fuck. It's select. Okay. Left and right still ain't working worth a dang. I've got no weapons. I can't move left at all. Are you for real? Okay, I might have not aligned this properly. So I want to take it back apart because I literally cannot move left or right at all. So I want to figure out what I did there. Maybe it's not lined up properly. But no, it is going up and down when it should go up and down. Just not left and right. So I'm gonna reset and do my own. No luck at all. Just the A button a little bit. Okay, the light is lighting up now. You guys see that? So that's a good sign. Maybe it does have turbo. I want to put something else in. Something that I can like actually have a pretty decent reference point for like turbo, you know? I don't know, what would that be? Galaga? Yeah. Let's do Galaga. Bro, did you say Galaga before I did? That's crazy. We said Galaga at the same time. I didn't read that until now. What's a game where you only go up and down? That'd be what we would need to actually play something today. All right. Check it. Let's quit. All right. Get turbo on for both. I'm gonna hold the button down and we'll see. Nothing. Oh. Yeah, dude, I have to press really hard to get the buttons to work. And I can't move left and right at all. This is some bull. Okay. I'm gonna test something else. The other guy killed me before the guy could pick me up. That's good. Pac-Man, huh? Okay, now we have officially paused it. I'm gonna try the other cable just to rule out maybe like the connector's bad. Oh, great. What is this, Atari 2600? The game's over, now it's gonna change colors on us. Grand. All right, we're gonna try the other connector here. See if maybe that's the issue. Okay, I'm gonna switch to player 1 now. All right, hit start. I know I can go right and left if I had a working controller. Now it's only working to the left. What the fuck? So is it the connector? I don't know, bro. This is weird. Is this controller just totally screwed? Is that what it is? I don't know. I'm getting gypped either way. It's like, what are you gonna do? I want to test out these other 4 controllers here real quick. Is this mine? Is this mine? They're all mine, but is this the one I just got? Okay, yeah. This is one I've had before. We're gonna put it to the side because we know it works. But I want to test the rest of these real quick. I guess this isn't like the best game to do that with because you can't move up and down. But I don't know, we'll try it. Fuck it. I like Galaga. We can save up and down for later. That sounded really bad. Okay, this one's working good. It would help if there was no input lag. I forget what mode you have to put it on Retro Tank. Isn't it like frame buffer or something? Frame perfect? I don't know. I'm gonna go in the menus real quick. This is gonna be an educational experience for all of us, you guys. So you got to go to one of these menus. It's complicated, I know, but what is it? Deinterlacer. That's not it. This thing is crazy, bro. There's so many different like options and stuff. Here it is. Something about frame something. Frame lock. That's it. Okay, now I gotta figure it out. Okay. This ought to be good. Now there's gonna be 0 input lag. That's not too bad. All right. So yeah, if anybody wants to game on an LCD, with little to no input lag. That's the way to do it right there. Like you spend all that money on a RetroTink and you're like, what the fuck, there's input lag? No, you gotta go in the menus and change whatever that is. That was close, bro. RetroTink is it's basically an upscaler. So what it does is it doubles the horizontal resolution. It basically takes every horizontal line and doubles it to make it bigger. So that like it just basically cuts down on all the processing time of a flat screen. Because modern displays aren't really designed to be connected to composite. So it's like, yeah, it's mainly just the resolution more than anything. It's not used to dealing with 240p very much. But yeah, this controller works good. Both buttons, start works. I like this controller. This is good. All right. That's a good one. No complaints there. Yeah, dude, I just keep gaming on a CRT. If it were me, it's not really worth it that much if you're not going to be like capturing anything. Just because like it's like $400 or $500 for that thing. But anyway, I want to get Ninja Gaiden here real quick because it's like the best metric for testing games for me. Because I'm just like used to it, you know? Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, as long as up and down work on that controller and select, I think we'll be good. There we go. Nintendo said, no problemo, senor. I will reproduce Ninja Gaiden as much as you want me to. That's kind of an interesting perspective, ain't it? Nice little blue bar on the side. Blue bars are better than blue balls, I can tell you that much. But yeah, you can go through the settings on RetroTink and like adjust that, but it's like freaking, it's a lot of work. So we're not gonna care. It's literally just for the cutscenes, dude. It makes the cutscenes look weird, but on the main world, you can see farther ahead. So it's like, dude. All right, we're testing this controller now. The second one I cleaned. Yeah, this one's screwed. It'll go left and right, but it kind of hesitates going right. So yeah, this one's gonna need cleaned. Did they even test the jump button? Hold on. We know start works, at the very least. Yeah, jump works too. I don't have to hit it very hard. Or do I? It's not bad. You just gotta press hard on the right. You can't really duck very well either. Joe says, that's why, okay. Joe says, did you play original Ninja Gaiden in arcade? No, actually I haven't. That'd be pretty cool to find one. Raiders and says, hey, this Super Garcia Gaming. That's you, just with like a different channel name? Did your other channel run out of battery? That would really suck. Bro, imagine like trying to play with this controller for real and this like being the only one you have and you can't take it apart. You just have to like deal with it or else. That would really suck. But yeah, I almost feel like I'm like running my own game store, testing these and cleaning them. So yeah, I'm gonna put this in the broken pile. So that's 1 out of 2 that have worked so far. Not doing very good. Oh, on your iPad, okay. Thanks for joining in again, Bo. You want me to play the original Mario? You're gonna want me to do Game Genie codes. I don't have time for that today. I gotta go to bed, dude. It's freaking late. This controller is loose. Yeah, this one's definitely not gonna work. I'm gonna see if I can tighten down the screws here real quick. Maybe that'll help in our endeavors. We need a really small one though. I've got these screwdrivers. There's a Tri-Wing and a Phillips, and they look exactly the same. So I always got to look really close because they're really tiny too. You can just barely tell the difference. Okay, that's Phillips. Okay. Is that gonna tighten up? Nope. No luck, dude. This thing is fucked. I guess I could use it for parts, maybe. Yeah, dude, this controller is screwed up. This is like the controller I'd pair with a $15 Nintendo if I had to pair one with it. It's like that level of jank. All right, so we're gonna put that to the side. All right, now here's the yellowest one we got. Basically, we're gonna test it out. The bottom's not as yellow as the rest of it for some reason. I don't fucking know what's going on in this plane of existence, dude. Okay. But yeah, bro, if you want to see me play some Mario, I've got a stream where I did some Game Genie codes for Mario here recently. Man, this thing's gross. Holy crap. This lag is throwing me way off. There is still a little bit. Maybe it's the controller, I don't know. I just need something to blame it on. Is that not fair enough for you guys? Whoa, you guys see that slowdown? And now it's jittering. You guys see that? That's what I've been trying to avoid this whole time. Is this freaking jitter, dude. That's why I need it modded. Joe says the continue screen in Ninja Gaiden arcade was epic. If you don't pay, they saw you in half with a buzzsaw on screen with blood. Fatality. That's crazy, bro. Raider says, no tomorrow. My real name is S. Raider. Do you have Super Nintendo? Yeah, I do. That's why I got that Super Nintendo game, bro. I'll hook it up tomorrow. Okay, I actually am like craving some Super Mario World. That'd be really legit. Well, yeah, is this... And what the fuck? Why is it lagging so much, bro? It doesn't make any sense. This is why modern technology sucks. Like, look at how broken this is. Everything's broken, dude. Get used to it. We all just need to give up and die. No, don't do that. Everybody need to persevere. And don't do that, dude. We can check if the Yobo is gonna work. I guess. I don't know. I'm getting really hungry. I need to like eat a snack and go to sleep at this point. Uh, yeah, Super Mario World run through would be cool. That would take a long time though. I kind of suck at Mario. I don't know if you guys have come to this conclusion yet, but I know I have. So it's probably gonna take a while to do Mario up the butt. No, actually, just like learn how to play it. Because I don't know what it is about Mario. Just the controls throw me off for some reason. Damn it, bro. I thought it was green. There we go. Maybe if we die, we could get them to scoop us up. But I don't want to risk doing that. But no, this controller seems to work good. I want to know why that stupid loose one is so loose. Why is it so loose, you guys? Like, what the fuck? We're gonna illuminate ourselves with blue. Believe in that. Okay. Why is this thing so fucky? We got our handy dandy screwdriver. We have failed to fix everything we have tried to this week. Congrats for that. So, according to our track record, we might be eternally screwed from now on. Okay, I think only one of these screws is actually holding this thing together. Because like I can pivot it pretty good. I think it's this one. Like what? Okay, there's a couple over here as well. This might just have to be a parts dealie. Or maybe I could like put super glue inside it. You guys can't see what the fuck I'm doing. What am I doing with my life? Joe says one of the greatest games ever. I agree with that. Super says, I know I have a Game Genie on Super Nintendo. That's what's up. I think I've seen those actually. Joe M says, what is that light thing in the back on a tripod? Exactly what you just said. That's a light. It's like a production light or something. Like a soft box or something. I don't know what you call it. It's a light for filming. That's what I use on my videos sometimes. Good grief, man. What is this shit, bro? Literally, like, all the posts on this thing are broken off. That's what it is. It's all the posts. This is royally screwed. Like, bro. There is almost no saving this thing. See, because all the posts that are supposed to hold it together are busted off. How does this even happen? Probably from somebody stepping on it. That would probably do it. Like literally there's not a single one of these that isn't messed up. Well, fuck. I don't know, dude. I don't know. One of these pegs holds the little button pad on there as well. You got that missing. Yep, this is pretty much a lost cause at this point. I mean, unless I get like a new faceplate or something. I don't know, I'm putting it in the broken pile and I'm going to get a snack and go to bed. So we'll try to see if we can tackle that later on. I know there's like some type of glue. It's not a glue. It's it's like some sort of acid that you can put on plastic and it'll like weld it back together. I don't know. I forget what it's called. I don't know if I ever knew what it was called. But anyways, yeah, it is a soft box, ain't it? Welcome back, Larry. Sorry to like hop off here so soon after you come in, but it's like it's really late now. Joe says typically those NES controllers ain't so durable it would have to have been abused on purpose for that to happen. Bro, like everything's on the floor there, so I mean my guess is it was left on the floor and somebody stepped on it and like snapped it by accident. That's what's up, bro. I hope you enjoy your snack. And I am getting sleepy. So I'm gonna like get a bowl of cereal and conk out, you guys. So I'll see y'all around. I have work tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday, bro. Yeah. Well, good night, you guys. I appreciate you coming in, all the likes and support and all that. So we'll see y'all around the next one. I love you guys. Peace.